Oh,
This
man.
is what this movie does to you. It makes you choose sides, dude.
Oh, that's not what we're saying.
He's MAGA. I'm Antifa.
Oh, my God.
We're
Let's
button
get
heads.
political. Welcome to Fresh Out. I'm JC.
And I'm Cude.
And we're fresh out of one battle after another.
One battle after another invites us to join Paul Thomas Anderson's cinematic revolution, where every character has a story and every story leads to the next battle. Who will survive this never-ending conflict? One battle after another.
One battle after another.
All right, dude. So, this is Paul Thomas Anderson's newest flick.
Yep.
This is a celebrated director.
Yes. Yeah.
Ever since Boogie Nights,
Boogie Nights.
he's been one of the top directors that people have been clamoring for.
For sure. I think he has a lot of films that maybe some people don't even realize. The Master is one that's kind of this indie slept-on film.
There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood.
Top
very
10
well known.
movie for me. Top 10
there
movie
we go.
for me.
More recently, Licorice Pizza. If anybody's seen that, 2021.
Licorice Pizza. Now, back in the day, he had Magnolia.
He does a really good job of character-driven stories that have dramatic, like, they're more dramatic in nature, but the comic relief is definitely interwoven.
That is exactly what this movie is. It is a character-driven story, whether you like the characters or not.
Yeah.
With comedy sprinkled in there.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
You know what I mean? We got Leo DiCaprio. He wants to get with Tiana Taylor.
Tiana Taylor,
So basically, Tiana. Okay, this is how it goes. We messed this whole thing up. This is how it goes. Tiana Taylor is this revolutionary, like, she's in a what is that called?
Yeah.
It's not an army.
No, I wouldn't even want to call it a cult
They're called
either.
the French 75.
Yeah,
is what
French
they're
75.
called.
They're a revolutionary group that are just trying to essentially rebel against this
capitalism,
government.
the government. Like, they are, I would definitely say they are left-leaning. I would say they have all of their causes. They're blowing up places.
Yeah.
They're, you know what I mean? Like, but they're not trying to hurt anybody.
No,
they're not trying to kill anybody.
Yeah.
Right? And so you have Tiana Taylor is the lead of the group, it seems like, right?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of people because there's also Regina Hall, who has a prominent role.
Yeah, Regina Hall's like the number 3.
Yeah,
I would say. Leo DiCaprio's low on the totem.
Yes,
though.
he's kind of
he's
just
the bomb guy.
Totally.
Yeah, he just makes the bombs. He's the white boy with the bombs.
If you've seen this actor, you can look it up later. Wood Harris. I feel like he has a prominent role in the beginning as far as like being kind of a leader.
Yeah, he's one of the leaders. He has it's so weird with the screen time that these certain characters get too, because you have characters like Sean Penn that he's in the movie a lot, but his character is kind of a doofus and kind of like
absolutely
he's a simp.
Yeah,
his character is straight up simp, dude.
You wouldn't expect this if you watched the trailers and you saw like he has a prominent role, like
because he's like a general. He's
a high-ranking like government official.
Yeah, he's like an ICE or something.
Yeah. But straight from the beginning, you're gonna see like, this guy he's not quite all there as far as like his priorities and as far as his personality. You're like, how did he get to such a high-ranking position?
Yep. So you have Sean Penn as the commander of ICE, whatever ICE is in PTA's. That's Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
In PTA's universe,
this
is ICE. Sean Penn is the commander of ICE in this universe, and he's going after Tiana Taylor and Leo DiCaprio's French 75 group. And that's what the whole movie is about. Now, you have other characters like Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
We don't want to do any spoilers in this. So Benicio del Toro is a karate sensei.
Yes,
he has a karate
He's
dojo.
Leo DiCaprio's daughter's sensei.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And this isn't a spoiler. Tiana Taylor has a child, and it is Leonardo DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor's
love child.
And so I feel like that's in the
in the trailers.
Or you get that in the first hour. Now, So let's talk. Let's break down this. That is the overall plot of the movie. But let's break this down.
Let's dig into what really is important. It a little bit. So I think we're talking about a lot of the characters, so we might as well talk about the acting, right? Yeah. How the impact of each character within this film and kind of how their personal plot lines, their stories are interwoven, and how it's kind of the title's very apt, right? One battle after another. This just feels like a constant battle, and with each character, we kind of see the development of everybody is fighting their own battle, and there are some parallels within these characters that they're like, hey, I know you're fighting this battle, I'm fighting this battle, let's fight together, and then now we need to go our separate ways, but we'll still see each other down the line. If we talk more about the acting, I guess we would say Leo, right? That's the first one to start with. Leo.
So Leo is the standout in this movie.
Absolutely.
Like Leo, like there was so many, and I will say, okay, so before we get into how Leo's acting became the star of the movie, how the movie starts is kind of a different tone from the last 2 hours of the movie.
Yes.
Like the first 45 minutes of the movie kind of feels like Paul Thomas Anderson wants it to be like a Quentin Tarantino movie with like a Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack where it's like 70s revolution music and just like it sounds like the Forrest Gump soundtrack or something where it's just like he has all these pumping rock songs and all this stuff, and it's like and then it totally shifts from being quirky and totally over the top, because it's the first 45 minutes of the movie is totally over the top with the acting, with the setups on the scenes, with like how the scenes play out is like totally over the top, and I wasn't a big fan of the first 45 minutes, but then it does a shift, and this is when the acting comes into play, because I would say the first 45 minutes of it with the acting was kind of like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
I agree.
I was getting nervous.
Yes.
I was getting nervous because it was like, this is kind of like super ridiculous.
It's way more ridiculous than you would think it would be to kick things off, to start it off. Set the tone.
Yeah, to set the tone. But then it does a shift.
It does.
And then it basically becomes a chase movie. And that's a chase movie on like 4 different fronts.
Yeah.
But like, that's when the acting starts kicking in, and that's when Leo DiCaprio starts becoming the absent-minded pothead father that has forgotten all of the revolutionary stuff.
Yes, that's when the comedy comes in. And I like that you said a chase, because it's actually a chase after chase. Chase Infinity, right?
Chase Infinity, the
actress who is Leo's daughter in this film. But to Cude's point, it is hilarious seeing this version of Leo where
just flustered.
Yeah, we've seen him in some dramatic roles. We've seen him in the Wolf of Wall Street role, and I feel like even Killers of the Flower Moon, he's kind of a doofus in a way. Like he's kind of like
so Killers of the Flower Moon is definitely a way more serious movie.
Yeah, much more serious. But I just mean as far as the character, how it's like, we see he's trying his best to be the best version of a father figure that he can.
Yeah, that he can think of, because these are all rebels.
Yeah.
So you'll see throughout the movie.
They're living on the run, right?
Yeah. These are not very responsible people.
No.
Especially Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor is only out for herself. She's only looking out for herself. Like she could care less about everybody else, but she's a revolutionary. And I feel like that was weird to me too, and that's what kind of weirded out the acting, was because she was so passionate. Like they made her such a passionate character in terms of sexual, in terms of just like violence, in terms of everything. Like the acting in the first start of the movie was all over the place to me, and I didn't get it until we got into the latter into the movie, and then the acting started to shine with Benicio del Toro, Chase Infinity. Sean Penn's character, to me, I didn't like his character at all.
He's got a different...
Throughout the whole movie, I didn't like him. I didn't like his character.
You'll see more what we're talking about, because it's not at all what you'd expect from watching the trailer or any type of other promotional thing.
And Sean Penn in this movie is the doofus. He's the biggest doofus. He's like...
Yeah.
I didn't like how Paul Thomas Anderson wrote this character and made his character development and his arc and all that stuff, and I didn't like it. I kind of knew what was going to happen to his character by the end, because I was like, there's no way that.
Yeah. I kind of liked the ridiculousness of it a little bit, so that's probably where me and Cude differ a little bit. In the beginning, I definitely was like, I'm not messing with it. Something about this character just rubbed me the wrong way.
There's a bathroom scene between Tiana Taylor and Sean Penn that just is so ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. There's
so
a lot
ridiculous,
of parts that were a little like that.
But now, okay, so this movie is literally about, like, you have the French 75, which is kind of like Antifa, I guess, and then you have Sean Penn is the commander of ICE. It's their ICE. I don't know what they call him in the movie. And then you have Benicio del Toro is the lead of a revolution, and then you have another super underground revolution with I wish I knew this guy's name, but the lead actor of he was in
oh, I know what you're talking about.
He was the president in that one.
We should, if anything, we don't want to spoil this because it'll be a good one for you guys to know.
But there is a secret society.
Yeah. You'll know the actor when you see him. You'll recognize him.
There is a secret society.
Yes.
That is underneath all of this. So it's
a version of like the Illuminati.
It's their version of Illuminati. So it's like 4 different revolutions that you're watching,
almost
at
like
the same
socially tiered revolutions where you're like,
some revolutions have way more power than other revolutions.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So in that, I really liked how Paul Thomas Anderson
the layering of those.
He showed all the different levels.
Yes.
Where, you know, Benicio del Toro's revolution may be the lowest funded one.
Sure.
And then, you know what I mean?
The least publicized, the one that's more under wraps. Yeah.
So, like, I like that a lot. I like the last 2 hours of this movie, because this movie is about 2 hours and 45 minutes, something like that. The last 2 hours of this movie, I liked a lot.
Yes. And as far as, like, I think highlighted actors that at least stands out in my opinion, we said Leo, but Benicio del Toro absolutely crushes it.
He's definitely a highlight.
He's the through line. He, like, every time he's in there, you're like, all right, I'm with this guy. We're going to the next battle. That's who I would want to go to battle with, Benicio del Toro.
He's just unrealistic enough to where you accept it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, it's comical, but he's still serious enough to sell it.
Yeah.
So Benicio del Toro is definitely a standout.
I think it's worth calling out.
Leo and Benicio are like neck and neck.
And as far as a new name, Chase Infinity, I think, right, as she's going up with all these A-listers, and I feel like she holds her own. So I think that's worth calling out too.
This definitely focuses on her for the last 30 minutes of the movie. 30, 45 minutes of the movie, it focuses on Chase Infinity, her connections to all different levels.
Yes. Her, I feel like her upbringing
because she's connected, she's basically connected to every single level. She's connected to all 4 of those revolutions, right? Now that I think about it, she was the personification of a person. She is the person that is connected to all of these things. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so it makes her character more complex, of like her acceptance of different things and her
how she was brought up
of different things, how she was brought up,
the situations she's thrown into,
where she will go from now on. Yeah. So it was cool. I liked it. I liked it.
Last thing I want to call out is like actually the production, the set, like the different set designs. Yeah, dude. As far as like
this movie had a really good look.
Yes, the look was phenomenal.
The color grading and all that stuff. It kind of reminded me of No Country for Old Men. It kind of reminded me of that look.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Western. It looked like Western.
It did have a Western feel to it. And a big thing with this was, right, like I said, it's called one battle after another. It's constantly, they're on the move. The pace, the way that it is set up, the tension building of not only the sets themselves, where there's a bunch of trap doors, like everybody, there's always an escape plan in every character's mind in every setting. They're always ready to go, and I feel like how elaborate this world was put together by P.T. Anderson. He crushed it. And as well with that, the score, right? I feel like that's what really creates the tension, the pace. You feel it. And
there's a tonal shift in the score too, and this is what happens. So the first 45 minutes, when it's all super ridiculous and just over the top, he is playing like rock music from the 70s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And trying to make it like upbeat and like funny and just and then it does this shift into the good part of the movie where it was the last 2 hours of the movie, which was basically people chasing each other.
Yeah.
It was these 4 revolutions chasing each other around, right?
Yeah.
But then he switches the score into like a frantic piano with some strings. There's no more of the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack from the beginning of the movie. Yeah. Now it's just frantic. Blum, 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 blum. Blah, 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 blah,
and you feel it. Like, he holds you in it.
Dude.
And also like
creates tension a lot more than if he put in old songs from the 70s.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need that, dude.
No.
We don't need that.
Not in that scene. Especially there's a scene towards the end on we'll just say the long road. Right? There was the long walk. This is the long road.
Oh,
where,
there is. It does. It does.
He holds you in that for a minute. And you feel it. And
for a stretch of highway to be like a major set piece of this movie, that's saying something.
Pretty impressive in my book.
Yeah, definitely. So this movie is well done.
Yeah.
Is this the best Paul Thomas Anderson movie? I don't know. What? I'll go first this time.
That's how you go first.
You went first last time. Okay, so this movie is good. Dare I say it? It's even really good. The thing where I have to take off a point, I was going to give this movie 8. I was going to give this movie an 8. I have to take off a point because the first 45 minutes of this movie, I was very worried and I was not a fan of. It was over the top. It was a little too silly. The characters, the tone, the music just did not work for me. But then at the 45-minute point, when it shifted into present day, because all the first 45 minutes is the past.
Yeah.
When it shifted into present day, I liked this movie a lot.
Right? Yeah.
I liked this movie a lot. It was very well done. So I'm gonna have to go with a 7. This movie would have been an 8.
Hey, that's so good.
If he would have stuck the beginning.
Yeah.
If he would have stuck the development of the characters and all that stuff. Because I kind of had to catch up on all this stuff. I kind of had to like the characters later on.
Yes.
Rather than like them in the beginning or not like them in the beginning. It was more of, let me get past all this silly stuff. Now, do I like this character or do I not like this character? After the first 45 minutes of the movie. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, which is good. And I would say this movie is maybe even 7.5. We don't do that, but like, I would say this movie is not great for me, but it is good. It is a little better than good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
So I actually had a similar qualm to what you had, right? Which was the beginning, we get it, right? You have to build this world. You have to create these characters. You have to give us a reason to care about them. You have to show us why they are, where they started, why they are where they're at now. Because, right, it's a linear timeline that starts earlier to say, here's where we started, here's why we're at where we are now.
Yep.
It did have a weird tone straight off the bat, kind of threw me off. And I was trying to think, like, what other P.T. Anderson movies have I seen that I can reference this to? And it's been a while. So maybe that's part of it, right? It had a little bit of a silly tone that I wasn't quite ready for based on the marketing. Threw me off a little bit. So I did same as Cude, took a point off there. But reeled me in immediately once that timeline started, and then once the battle after, battle, loved it. So that said, I'm gonna go 8 out of 10 because I was honestly close to a 9. But I had to take a few off. I'm still in that 8 territory. We're going whole numbers. So if not for that beginning part, I think I would have gone 9. But right now we're sticking with 8, which still
so what we'll do
pretty
is
good.
For the fresh out score, we'll go 8 out of 10.
Hey, there we go.
8 out of 10. This is definitely a movie that a lot of people are going to watch. This movie is very easy to watch.
Yes.
And then once all the different little chases go on between the 4 factions,
you're going to be locked in.
You're locked in, dude.
Yeah.
So the last 2 hours of the movie, you're totally locked in.
Yes.
And Leonardo DiCaprio is hilarious.
Yes.
It's good. It's really good. This movie is really good.
What, 2 hours and 40 something minutes, maybe?
Yeah.
And I feel like, other than the beginning,
it's just a stumble at the beginning.
Yeah,
Once you get past the stumbling in the beginning and you get the real tone of the movie,
Yeah.
then it gets really, really good.
The beginning is necessary to set everything up. I feel like they could have just done a little bit better with like when they were being silly. Maybe they didn't need to be that silly for certain things.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And you'll know what we're talking about once you actually watch this.
The hypersexualization.
Yes. Straight out the gate.
I just didn't.
I think they did it purposely to have it be like kind of a plot point to like be like, hey, the reason like.
Well, so there is a thing where without
giving it away, we're trying to talk about
black women are sexualized. Just like it's black women, Asian women, stuff like that.
Sure.
They are sexualized, right? And so I guess he may have been one to make a point with over-sexualizing Tiana Taylor.
Yeah. I think so too.
It just seemed so ridiculous. Like it was ridiculous sexualization. Like nobody in reality is this horny. Like nobody.
And I think based on the seriousness of what was going on, when you guys
they were the horniest 30 to 40-year-olds I've ever seen in my life.
Well, but also we did talk about this with as far as
50-year-old Sean Penn got to be 60.
Yeah. Sean Penn, I don't know.
And he is the horniest 60-year-old I've ever seen in my life, dude.
The cat's out of the bag.
So
if that's what you're looking for. The cat's
not out of the bag.
Not quite, but like if you want to see.
But like everybody's just super horny. In the first 45 minutes of this movie, super horny.
I mean,
I don't get it.
Boogie Nights, I guess that's, P.T. Anderson.
Nah, dude. But yeah, so 8 out of 10.
8 out of
fresh
10.
out. Definitely go see this in movie theaters.
Yes, for sure.
He does a different tone to all of his movies. So if you are expecting this to be like another one of his movies, don't go in expecting that.
I think there's elements of it, but he's making each movie it's its own movie. That's what we got to look at it like, right? Like,
so he's one of those directors that just like whatever the script that he has that he likes a lot, he makes conforming to that script.
Yeah.
And so that's cool, and that's why he's one of the top directors.
Yeah.
And so I'm Cude.
I'm JC.
Yep. Thanks for watching Fresh Out. That was a weird ending. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
If
you liked anything. If you disagree with us, go in the comments.
Let us know.
I think most people are going to agree, though.
I think so, too.
It's an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So definitely go see it. Peace out, guys.
See ya.